Hello and welcome to the Daytona International Speedway. It's time finally for the Daytona 305. It's a Saturday night race. It's the first Saturday race in a long time. Of course, UK time is on a Sunday, but here in Daytona it's Saturday night, 8 PM currently. It's the headlights, of course, on the safety car. Not really needed. It's the whole track lit up. If the cars are fine, then surely the safety car doesn't need lights. But oh well. Anyway, it's gonna be Oscar Piastri who starts on pole. After going fastest in the top 5 shootout. He was originally meant to be 4th, but that top 5 shootout pushed him up to 1st, and Gasly, who was the one who was fastest in qualifying, ends up in 2nd place, with Hamilton in 3rd, Norris in 4th, and Liam Lawson in 5th place. So that is the results of the top 5 shootout. If you missed that, George Russell is going to be in 11th place, and 10th place, and Charles Leclerc in 19th place after a poor qualifying for both of them, especially for Leclerc. I don't think Leclerc actually ended up setting a lap, same as Joe Guanyu. Neither of them set a lap in qualifying for some reason, so I don't recall them having issues in morning practice, so something happened, obviously, that to happen. Anyway, we can now go on to the oval on this formation lap. Also be a rolling start, just like they did in Sonoma and where else, Virginia, Road America, and the sprint race at Lausitz, which was originally meant to be a practiced rolling start for this very race. Then we had rolling starts in other places as well. Of course, this isn't the first time we have been to Daytona this season. The SRS came here only 2 weeks ago for their final round of the season, the Daytona 250. Very dramatic one indeed. Of course, got wet for a lot of the race, was wet actually. And it was won by Brazilian Nelson Piquet, the reigning champion, winning for the first time this season. Can Max Verstappen, the reigning champion from this championship, win a race finally? But they go through the bus stop. This race is almost getting underway. Oscar Piastri starting on pole for the first time this season. He won the German Grand Prix, the Lausitz, the Euro Speedway, the road course there. The only other road course we've been to, I mean technically Twin Ring, Motegi and Ficasa Freeway can be counted as road courses. They have got ovals in their compounds. But it's a bit different. I mean, this is an actual speedway. Look at the banking we've got here. The steepest banking I think F1's ever been to, even steeper than Zandvoort when we went there for a few years in 21 and 22. But now they're going towards the tri-oval. The safety car will peel in, and we will get going here in Daytona for the Daytona 305. We're at Sebring next year for this event, the Sebring 305. But this will be on the oval, and we are green here in Daytona, and it's a good start from Piastri. He's going to be already in front of Gasly as he goes through into turn 1. Let's see how they do. And on top, it's locked up, and he's very wide. He's almost spun round. Gasly's off the track as well. It's drama here in Daytona as Piastri has gone from first to last in the space of a corner, and look at the gap he's got already. It's an awful start from him. It is now Lewis Hamilton who leads Liam Lawson. He's ruined his teammate as well as Oscar Piastri. I think he locked up. He just didn't turn the car. Don't know what happened there. But we already are seeing drama here in Daytona. Pierre Gasly's nowhere to be seen as well, unless that's him there. No, I don't think that'll be Ocon. Ocon didn't have a good qualifying. That is Pierre Gasly in 3rd. So somehow he's managed, despite going quite wide, to not go off there. That was a dramatic start here in Daytona. Pole sitter Oscar Piastri already completely out of it, and that is Esteban Ocon. Gasly down in P10. So the top 2 in the race, and nowhere to be seen in his top 2. And Liam Lawson now can take the lead. He won the Brazilian Grand Prix a few weeks ago. Hamilton hasn't won since the French Grand Prix a few months ago. He now finds himself in the lead of this race. And we have a bit of lag here, just like we had in the Daytona 250, unfortunately. But as Lawson is going to try and make a move, he's a bit too far back there. He can't find a way around. We'll get a replay of turn 1, lap 1, in a second. But a dramatic start here Let's go on board with Piastri then. No, Russell's got damage. Russell's pitted. Huge here. Massive development here in Daytona. George Russell has damage. And Charles Leclerc is in 18th place. Not doing well at all. We'll get replays in a second of what happened to George Russell. As they go towards the bus stop chicane. I want to see if Leclerc can make any moves. Second place in the championship, of course. Not doing very well in this race. Of course, not everyone can adapt to oval racing as quickly as others. And they go into the chicane. And oh, Leclerc's got damage now. Charles Leclerc's now got damage. His front wing flies off after rear-ending Nick De Vries. And the top two in the championship have both already had to pit for damage. Let's see what happened to George Russell. On lap 1, something happened to him where he got damage. He was in P7 and he was just behind Lando Norris. Does he go into the back of Lando Norris? No, he hits Magnussen, and that's where his front wing goes flying off. And that's a shame for him. Anyway, let's see what happened to Oscar Piastri then, on board with the Aussie, and from pole to first in a matter of moments. And I don't know what happened there. That is a strange one. Did he lock up? He's turning. I don't know about that one, to be honest. On board with Gasly. I don't know. I think he just locked up, to be honest. There's a little lock up which sends him unable to turn a little bit, and then just looking at it. Gasly's turning in, I think, a lot more. And yeah, I think he does lock up a bit, does Piastri, and that's going to send him spinning round. What happened to Norris? Can we see it on board with Norris? Yeah, this could be a good angle actually. Yeah, there's the lock up. It just sends him straight on and pushes him wide. And Norris also gets pushed a bit wide as well. That's going to make him lose a few positions. Straight down to P4. Anyway, we are a bit far back. We are a bit far back. Piastri's race looks to be over already, unfortunately. Need to get back live. About 30 seconds off now. There we go. Norris there, but a Williams sandwich at the moment. They go towards turn 1 for the 5th time. Already on lap 5 while we look at these replays, it's still Hamilton who leads Liam Lawson, who leads Ocon. No, Ocon's just got Lawson for P2. So through, I think, the International Horseshoe is where Ocon got that move done, and now it's Nico Hulkenberg behind Liam Lawson. It's the first time I think an open wheels championship has actually visited not Indianapolis, Daytona. IndyCar have never actually been to Daytona. It's one of the only speedways they've ever been to. Of course, IndyCar, the open wheel racing is a lot faster than NASCAR, which means that they don't tend to go to the super speedways. I mean, technically Nashville is a super speedway, and I mean, to be fair, it's mainly like Talladega and Daytona which were the fierce ones. But F1 find themselves at Daytona here today. No major accidents so far this weekend, which is good. We've had a few offs in qualifying. All of them Oscar Piastri, but I think someone's pitted. I don't know what that was about. I think Joe's into the pits with damage as well, and Carlos Sainz has also had some sort of issue, unfortunately. But now Ocon leads, he's got in front of Hamilton, and now Lawson down the inside, 2 into 1, does go, and Liam Lawson takes the lead of the Daytona 305. That's a brilliant move from the Kiwi. Is he a Kiwi? He's from New Zealand, isn't he? I'm having a stupid moment now. I think he's from New Zealand. Yeah, he's from New Zealand, so he's a Kiwi. Now Ocon's trying to get past Hamilton. And Tsunoda versus Hulkenberg as well. Another battle. Gasly's got up to P8 after that moment turn 1. Of course, not his fault, but I think they'll just call that a racing incident because Piastri just kind of lock up a bit. Can't do much about it, to be honest. But they go through the banking, the sparks flying up. And they're fully lit up, all the floodlights. How much money this would have cost, I wonder. A lot. Shame they don't make tracks like this, to be honest. It's going to cost a lot of money, of course. The size, the secrets of banking. It will be extremely expensive. Ocon now in P2. Liam Lawson leads this race. He'd already won once this season. It was a few weeks ago in Rio, the Brazilian Grand Prix, that race where he retired from the race on the end lap. So luckily for him, it was the perfect time for that to happen. With an engine issue. Now Ocon chases down Liam Lawson for the lead of this race. Ocon's already won on American soil this year. He won the US Grand Prix at Road America in a thrilling race indeed. And now Ocon has some slipstreams to try and chase down Liam Lawson in the AlphaTauri. Lawson only came to F1 at the Dutch Grand Prix replacing Nick de Vries, who went to Red Bull, who was replacing the outgoing Sergio Perez, who has since then retired from all sorts of racing. I mean, he could go to some GT, that's what they tend to do. But I think open wheel racing he is retired from. Ocon not able to get past Lawson going through the bus stop, but there is a great chance of getting him into turn 1. It's a great overtaking opportunity with the draft you can get going through the banking and through the tri-oval. But it doesn't look like he's able to find a way to get past. Lawson's defending very well. It is very good defensive work from him. And Piastri's up to P15. I think that's because everyone down here is up to... Ooh, Piastri's off the track a bit there. That's not going to help him. Let's see what happened to other people. Let's see what happened to Lando first. So I think it's actually the lap we left him to go watch the battlings for the lead. And Sargent tries around the outside and has contact, and Lando Norris almost spins around. And that's going to slow them both down quite a bit. Unfortunately for Sargent, it's one of his own Grand Prix. See Piastri there actually. That's what happened to Lando Norris, and maybe he had damage from that. I'm assuming he did, and that's why he pitted. Carlos Sainz, just look at him. What happened here with the Ferrari driver? He was in P4 actually, so doing quite well. But that's a pit for damage, it looks like. Yeah, his front wing was wiped off somehow. Let's see how that happened then. It's really important that you don't have this happen to you in your race. It just goes into the back of Ocon. I'm sorry if you missed this, to be honest, because it was actually near the front of the pack. And now Joe Guan Yu is the next one to have a look at. We're already down on P16, so... Is it here? Yes, it is. Just into the back of Drogovic. Lastly, I heard Piastri had an off in lap 2 and actually spun him around that off Joe. Let's have a double look at that because I kind of missed the spin. He just tries another move and then spins it around. Anyway, I want to have a look at Piastri because apparently had an off on lap 2. On board. Oh goodness me, he had way too much speed going into that corner. Very lucky not to hit a wall there as well. That's going to slow him down even more. Anyway, now we're very far off live coverage, so let's go back to that. Actually very close to being live there. There you go, back live already. And I'm going for a quick break, and I'll see you in about a lap time. Go. I was able to catch the battle, but I wasn't able to commentate on it. But Liam Lawson with a brilliant move, almost 3 wide going into turn 1, and this is going to be a Lawson now who leads from Ocon from Hamilton. Gasly now up to P4. It's a good comeback from him after being P10 on lap 1 after Piastri locking up into turn 1. Hamilton now into P3, getting past Ocon, and Yuki Tsunoda also doing very well in P4. AlphaTauri doing quite well. No, I'm sure Gasly was P4, what? Oh no, he must have been overtaken, obviously. And here's a battle. Oh, there's contact there between Albon and Gasly going through the bus stop chicane. Don't think there's any damage between them. But Hulkenberg's done got a lot out of that battle. Gasly now down to P7. And they slipstream heaven through the banking. Look at that draft, and they don't want to bump draft each other because then they'll end up breaking front wings and spinning people. I mean, this isn't NASCAR, you don't see bump drafting in the Indy 500, do you? Anyway, they go through turn 1, anything going to happen? No, as they are, they know they're not. Gasly, I think, kind of tried to make a lunge on Albon, to no avail though, and now Verstappen's going to be very quick through turn 2. They go through the international horseshoe. Albon's slowing, I think Albon's got an issue maybe, is he? No, he's not, he just... For some reason, let them both by on the inside. That is weird. Anyway. Don't know why he did that, but whatever. Oh, died. Anyway, see how they're doing up front. Now Hamilton, a great slipstream. Can he make a move on Liam Lawson through the bus stop chicane? No, he can't. But these top 4 very close to each other. Of course, we're used to seeing a lot of massive, not really pack racing. I'd call pack racing more what they do here in NASCAR and here Talladega. But they do go, like, I think maybe train racing, but with actual overtakes. It's not like a DRS train or anything. But anyway, when was actually the last time I had the DRS zone in F1? Can't actually remember, to be honest. Anyway, Liam Lawson still leads Hamilton, who still leads Ocon, who's in front of Tsunoda. Of course, racing coming a bit more less and less here in the world at the moment. Of course, last weekend we had F2 ending off. We had Teo Pourchaire, who actually decided he had to decide between racing in Zhuhai or racing in Abu Dhabi and potentially winning a championship. It was either getting more F1 experience or winning a championship. He chose to try and win a championship, and that's exactly what he did last weekend. Just after checkered flag fell, about an hour after the checkered flag fell in Zhuhai, Teo Pourchaire was crowned F2 World Champion. We also had, just before the Chinese Grand Prix at Zhuhai, Brody Kostecki be crowned Supercar Champion. I think he was crowned in race 1, but yeah, that was that. Also had a few more series coming to an end last weekend. Going on the battle here between it's a 3-car battle at the moment, doing quite well. And there's Hulkenberg versus Tsunoda for P4. There they are. This is the pack racing we were on about earlier. And now Ocon getting past. Ocon round the outside. That's a great move. What's happened to Lawson? He got caught on the curb there a bit. He's going to go from first to third. Hulkenberg now in P2 as well, past Lawson. Hamilton in P4. With Gasly now in P5. There's Tsunoda and Albon and Verstappen. And there's Valtteri Bottas and Lance Stroll. All together now. And some brilliant racing. The two AlphaTauris right by each other as well. Gasly's losing a lot of positions. But still, Ocon now leading. Trying to win his second race of the season. How's Oscar Piastri doing? Just going to quickly cut away from these battles. So he's in P13 at the moment. He's here, George Richards is there, so, and then here's this big pack. Now this will be good for the lead, I reckon. Here we go. It's Magnussen, Hulkenberg, sorry, who now leads Ocon. It's a repeat of qualifying yesterday, but it's between the other Alpine and the other Haas. And Hamilton actually goes in the back of Hulkenberg there, I think. But Ocon is going to take the lead back from Hulkenberg, and Tsunoda's now past his teammate Liam Lawson, and now Verstappen's going to try round the outside. And is it going to work? Actually, it could work on both AlphaTauris, and it does work. And there's George Russell. George Russell could be a lap down. He is very close to being a lap down. The championship leader by a point over Charles Leclerc, who, to be fair, isn't even in this battle, so it doesn't really matter that much. Gasly, I think, has to win to be still in the championship. I'll have a look to see how the championship looks at the moment. Here we go. If Gasly gets 25 points, it'll still be, it's basically between Russell and Leclerc. I don't think Gasly will be in it. Mathematically, doesn't see where he has to finish. He's in 181. He needs to get top 5 as Gasly to have any chance of staying in this championship. And is that Hulk? No, Stroll, sorry, has to get top 5. Gasly has to get 13 plus 1, that's 14. He has to get top 3. So Gasly has to get top 3. And then I don't think Hulkenberg's in it anymore. No, he's not. Actually, hang on. No, he's not. Hulkenberg's not in it anymore. So it's Stroll and Gasly have to do quite well to have any chance of staying in the championship fight. And Lawson's now down to P7, by the way, so while I'm looking at championship standings, that's been happening. Yeah, so let's go back to what I was saying earlier before championship ended last weekend. We had the last round of the Australia Formula Open, we had TCR Japan, Formula Regional Japan, we had Touring Car Masters, Dunlop Series, Portugal Cup Australia, V8 Super Utes, Ultimate Cup Series. We had MotoGP ending last weekend, of course. Not going to spoil that. We also had where else? S5000 Australian Drivers Championship, GT World Challenge Australia. And then this weekend we had Asia Road Racing Championship, Australian Superbike, F4 Southeast Asia, TCR Brazil, TCR South America, Stream E and TCR Spain ending. Because some of them haven't ended yet, they end later on today. Or tomorrow. Or today, wherever you are. So yeah, that's that. It's Hamilton now who leads Ocon, who leads Verstappen. Verstappen trying to win for the first time this season. For his sake, I really hope he does, to be honest. It'd be a bit depressing if he doesn't. Of course, next week we also have F4 India and Indian Racing League and Asian Le Mans Series, but it's not the last round of the season for them. F4 India and Indian Racing League, I believe, last round is the weekend after that in Chennai. Then Stock Car Pro Series is the weekend after that. The Golf 12 Hours coming up soon. Copper Truck ends soon. NASCAR Sprint Series Brazil ends soon. Nitro Cross ends next year. E-Trophy Andros ends next year. But yeah, that's that. Anyway, Hamilton, Ocon, big lunge there from Ocon. That's a great move. Lap 18 or 54 here in Daytona. And that's a great lunge from Ocon to take the lead of this race. Now Verstappen in P2, of course, trying to win for the first time this season. My throat is for some reason really dry. I don't know why that is, but there are. Need a bit of a drink, I think, but the drink ain't really helping. So I might have to go for a little break, give it a few laps, and then I'll be back shortly. I'll let you watch this battle though. Welcome back to Daytona, where Max Verstappen now has a massive lead in this race. Valtteri Bottas has also come out of nowhere, and he's now in P3. With Nico Hulkenberg in P4. Ocon, is that Ocon or Gasly? I think it's Ocon. I think people are now actually starting to come into the pits though, so... Let's see what Alpine is in a second, I guess. Let's see, now it's Gasly. So Ocon's pitted, I'm assuming. Drogovic has also come in. Has Ocon come in? I'm assuming he has. But just for a normal pit stop, so that's nothing to worry about, damage or anything. So Hamilton now in P2. We saw these two battling it out in China as well, Hamilton and Verstappen. Not really battling it. Sorry about that. Battling it out, but they're just in front of each other. Look at this battle. And they all come into the pits, I'm assuming. Yeah, they do. And all cleanly as well. So no issues there. It was a very wide pit lane. Oh. Gasly wanted to pit and he didn't. Okay. Hopefully it's all good for Gasly. Yeah, it is. On to the softs. Okay, someone thinks they're slick. What was that all about? I'm not going to ask. Get a good angle. That's the infield if you want to see it. This is the angle I wanted with them fitting. Actually quite a good angle to be honest. There's Ocon coming in. Wait, Ocon in again? Didn't he just pit? You get damage or something? No, he just did a drive-through. It's weird. Don't know why that's happened. Maybe he got a penalty. Don't know what he would have got it for, but I don't know. No, he didn't even pit, it just served the penalty. Don't know what that's all about. Yeah, we're now right at the back of the field now after having to pit twice already. Let's hope he's not a lap down. I think it's Sainz now who leads though. Lawson just pitted. Yeah, he did. So the lead is either pitted already for damage, or just haven't pitted yet. Yeah, Norris we've already seen pit this race. I can only apologise for yawning all the time, by the way. It's like 20-2 here in the UK, which is my excuse for that. About halfway through this race now as well. Now Verstappen trying to go down the inside, going onto the road course. That'd be a brilliant move if it does work out, and it does. Verstappen on the softs, Norris on the hards. It's a great move from him. How's Piastri doing, by the way? Currently in 13th. I think he's just pitted onto the softs. He's got Albon behind him. It's the first car he's actually been anywhere near. So he's almost running into the back of Joe Guan Yu on lap 2. Anyway, it's Sainz who leads Sargent. No, it's Sargent who leads the Vries after Sainz comes into the pits. I don't know if they've pitted or not, to be honest, these two. I don't think they've pitted Sargent and de Vries, so this is a battle for the lead. Norris will probably be in soon, because also Norris is back in front of Verstappen, but yeah, Norris will be in soon because Norris pitted I think in lap 5 or something for damage. Because yeah, if I remember rightly, he tried to get past Sargent and got damage that way. But there's Verstappen getting into the net lead of the race. Hamilton and Stroll just behind as well. Stroll's doing, no, is it Stroll? Yeah, I think it is Stroll. Stroll at the moment doing everything he can do to stay in any sort of championship contention. He has to get top 5, and currently as it stands, he's net P3, so very good result for him. And then Gasly is the one that needs to get in top 3, currently P10, so not ideal for Gasly, especially after doing a donut in the pit lane. Here we go, here's a good little battle between Hamilton, Stroll and Norris. We can see any moves as Stroll goes into the back of Norris. And just as I was saying how important it was that Stroll was up here, he runs into the back of Lando Norris. That would be another pit stop for the Canadian, and that would be his race ruined. Almost certainly. Which is a huge shame for him. Hopefully he's able to come into the pits cleanly. And it looks like he is. Yeah. Norris, that's a massive wobble for him. I don't know what that was all about. That's strange. Piaf now up to P9, that's the best he's done in a while. He's having a good little battle with Alexander Albon. They go through International Horseshoe for the 26th time. Are we over halfway yet? I don't think so. I think halfway's lap 27, and now we're on lap 26. So not quite halfway yet. But definitely close. Probably not the best idea for me to be commentating on this race. I've got to be in Exeter later on today, which is quite far from where I live. I've got a race there, so yeah, that'll be fun. I don't know where Exeter is, not from UK. Anyway, I think I'll be off to bed as soon as this race is done. But Piastri now in front of Albon. Of course, if you just joined us, Piastri, is he going to come in? No, he's not. If you have just joined us, Piastri did start on pole. Someone's coming, I'm not sure who, I think it was Logan Sargent. But yeah, Piastri started on pole, but locked up going into turn 1, took Gasly with him. He spun round and Gasly was able to rejoin in 10th place. Piastri found himself right at the back, and then 1 lap later, to try to catch up, completely misjudged his braking going into the turn 1. Almost went into the back of Joe Guan Yu, and almost went into the barrier trying to avoid Joe Guan Yu. But thankfully, all good and able to stay how he was. Anyway, it's Nick De Vries who leads the current Red Bull 1-2. Bit of a gap between him and Verstappen, but Nick De Vries still has yet to pit this race, I believe. So, yeah, Verstappen should be leading this race shortly. And Hamilton P2, Snowder P3, Lawson P4. A bit gapped out here at the moment. I think I'll find a good little camera angle so we can see a lot of things that are going on, and then we'll see if De Vries pits, and then we'll go from there. Yeah, he does pit. Okay, I think it's going to be a good little angle to see. Any other ones? I think this will be the best angle, to be honest. So we'll see you in a few laps time. Welcome back to Daytona. They're on lap 30 of 54, 25 to go. I think people are actually trying to pit again. Hamilton's coming again. The soft tyre is not lasting very long at all, it looks like. Verstappen, who currently leads Piastri up to 4th. He's only pitted twice though, so I don't think that will be permanent. And Piastri's there, where's Verstappen? Verstappen's there. Not much of a gap. No, the main reason I went was to see if we can get any battles forming. I can be bothered to commentate on cars going around, but there's not much to say, but yeah, Hulkenberg in 3rd, fine Lawson. Let's see Hulkenberg catch up to Lawson then. Let's watch this for a bit. I'm gonna go again now. I'm gonna stay actually, but it's not commentate as much because yeah, I'm tired. I'm not gonna go to sleep unless it's boring. I'll probably get fired, but sleep on the job, which isn't ideal. Hulkenberg trying to catch up Liam Lawson and reel him in. Not looking like he can though just yet. Hulkenberg still trying to reel Lawson, and this is about for P2 as it stands. Still is unable to get past him. Still Verstappen needs Lawson, needs Hulkenberg though. Verstappen with a big margin. You can see him there, he's just lapped one of the Ferraris, and if that's Charles Leclerc, that could be huge for the championship. I think it is him, yeah. Bottas also lapped down. We saw him actually near the front earlier on. I think Ocon into the pits again. For the umpteenth time. Still yet to have a DNF this race, which I believe this time in the Californian Grand Prix example we had none left, so anyway, there's Hulkenberg finally making the move on Liam Lawson down the inside into the bus stop chicane. It's a very tricky place to make an overtake there, and it's a good move, done it cleanly as well. Brilliant move from the experienced German to get past the rookie. Piastri's actually doing very well. He has only pitted twice, I think. I think he's pitted once less than everyone else, but he's still doing very well. Piastri now down to P5. He looks like he's been overtaken by Alexander Albon. Yeah, he has. We now go towards the bus stop. We've got another battle going on here. We've got a battle for P4 and a battle for P2 going on. Hopefully they can reel each other in and we can see two battles, but I think it's about a 10-second gap, so probably not. And Albon now comes into the pits. So that's going to end this battle. Move Piastri up to P4 and up to P3, because I think Verstappen's also pitted. Or someone's pitted. It could have been Lawson or Hulkenberg, to be fair. And I've tried to get the angle it shows it, but I'm a bit too late. So who else was it pitted then? It was Verstappen, okay. So Verstappen now into the pits. See Lawson versus Hulkenberg. It's now a battle for the lead. I'm sure these two will pit shortly. It looks like we could see a good battle for the lead here. Lap 35 of 54. Not long to go left at all now. As we end off this season. Yes, we've still got 2 more weekends of action. We've got an Formula 500 rookie orientation test next weekend and the Dubai Grand Prix weekend after that. But Liam Lawson chases down Kevin Magnussen. And it is good to see that all drivers are happy with doing the Formula 500. It's the first ever oval race in these types of cars. And I'm honestly surprised that people haven't objected doing the race on safety grounds, but I mean, seeing this race in a much more dangerous track for open wheel cars, with being a super speedway, and then the speeds aren't as quick because you've got the road course and a lot more like stop start, but still it is good to see that they are fine doing this. And now Piastri, I think, is going to take the lead. No, Piastri's also into the pits. That isn't the best angle to beat, but now they're all almost synchronised coming out of the pits. It's going to be Hulkenberg in front of Lawson, in front of Piastri. The gap's closed down quite a bit, so it's doing quite well. Of course, the pit exit line is here for the speedway, but for the road course it's all the way down further on. Anyway, now it's De Vries who leads. That isn't him leading Ocon. Ocon's a lap down, unfortunately. Any chance of him being world champion ended last weekend in Zhuhai, China. But he's still ashamed to see him a lap down, especially how well he was doing earlier on. And Yuki Tsunoda now leads Lewis Hamilton, and I believe that is actually for the lead. I don't think Verstappen is anywhere near actually leading. So a poor stop for Verstappen. Let's put him now behind Tsunoda and Lewis Hamilton. With Nick De Vries, I believe, still having to pit. So it is Tsunoda with a net race lead. Where did Piastri come out? Piastri came out in 11th. Lawson 9th and Hulkenberg 8th. Okay, so that's what you get when you pit a bit later on. You do lose positions, unfortunately. But I'm assuming De Vries has pitted this lap. And no, he hasn't, so he stays out. Any battles going on? Here we go. Verstappen v Hamilton, rolling back the years to that multiple times this season when we get Verstappen v Hamilton. Haven't seen this battle much in 2022, all really early 2023. But we have got it. I mean, we had it a bit in Miami. They came together in Miami, in Homestead, of course. Very strange, wet, dry, wet, whatever it was, race. These two battling it out just behind Yuki Tsunoda. I'm going to let you watch this battle for a few laps while I go and get a drink, because I'm throat sore. We're back in Daytona now. And while we were gone, Verstappen did get in front of Hamilton, and he remains in front of Hamilton. It's still Yuki Tsunoda with the net race lead, with Nick De Vries leading the race. He still hasn't pit. I think he needs to pit again, to be honest. So he's got Ocon behind him. What lap's Ocon on? And what lap is Ocon's 34? He's 5 laps down. Okay, I think he has pitted a lot of time. He got some sort of issue with Ocon, I think, but it's weird. But I don't know. Anyway. Still with Reece Snoda. Ocon just pitted again, I think, so some sort of issue with him. Unfortunately, it's Piastri down to 9th, Albon's in 5th. I'm a bit surprised with that, considering how close they were earlier on. Got Liam Lawson in front of Piastri by quite a margin. I'm still seeing Hamilton versus Verstappen. And then that's what Snowder v De Vries, because we can kind of see the other two in the background as well. And there we go, we could see a move for the lead here. You can see a move towards the tri-oval, or is De Vries going to come into the pits? It's about 15 laps to go. We're on lap 40 now, and De Vries is going to come into the pits, yes, and that's going to easily let Tsunoda take the lead of this race. Well, Tsunoda hasn't won since the Spanish Grand Prix, and that wasn't even a full points race. You see one of the Ferraris coming into the pits, whichever one it is, or a lap down. It's like Charles Leclerc, who is already a lap down, we know that anyway. If it's George Russell a lap down, I don't think he is quite a lap down, but it is a shame what's happened to Tsunoda. Not Tsunoda, sorry, Leclerc. You can see Hamilton versus Verstappen now as they go through the West Horseshoe. Little tricky long right-handers in this on the circuit. And turn 1's left-hander, but you know what I mean. It's a very tricky road course. And I'm hoping that we can go to circuits like Indianapolis sometime. The road course there, very good track. We haven't actually been on the current road course at all. We've really been on the old one. Of course, we'll be going to the Speedway in a few weeks' time. We're going there next weekend for the rookie orientation test, and then of course the actual Formula 500 coming up soon. Of course, you have missed the announcement the Macau Grand Prix is getting another event. It will be the F2 World Cup, which will be a run in F1 cars. It will be a normal 305km race. It's basically an F1, a non-championship F1 race for drivers which have not taken part in either F3 or F4 Grand Prix at Macau. And there's down inside, it goes Verstappen on Hamilton, and he's going to take the lead of the race. Tsunoda's pitted, it looks like. Yes, he has. As we see Ocon just in front. People will be pitting, I think, for the last time this race. So currently it's Verstappen who leads Hamilton, who leads Alexander Albon, your top three, with Hulkenberg in P4, June will be Lawson in P5, yep, and then Piastri in P6. And yes, and all. Piastri's done brilliantly, to be honest, to hold on with these tyres the way he has. Of course, being so far back at the end of lap 1, even further back at the end of lap 2, after starting on pole. Can we see Piastri make a miracle of all miracles and win this race? I mean, as it stands, championship-wise, Gasly and Stroll will be eliminated, and it will be between Leclerc and Russell with 1 point in it. Of course, Stroll having to get top 5 and Gasly having to get top 3 to have any chance of winning, staying in the championship fight. As it stands, 9th and 10th for Gasly and Stroll respectively. And now Hamilton comes into the pits. That'll give Verstappen some leeway, and also into the pits again is Ocon. So his issues. I'm surprised they didn't just retire the car, to be honest. It's still Verstappen with quite a lead. Albon also stays out. Hulkenberg and Lawson pitted earlier on, quite recently to be fair, so did everyone else. But they are going to stay out, so Piastri now up to P5. Could this comeback be on? I'm sure if everyone else will be pitting, then so will everyone else. I think, to be honest. Hamilton's actually come out in front. No, he hasn't come out yet. So let's see where Hamilton comes out. Is it anywhere near Yuki Tsunoda? Tsunoda's going through the banking now. He's about to go towards the tri-oval. I think Hamilton could have this, you know. It's going to be very tight indeed. This will be a good angle to see it. No, it's not. Hamilton's already gone. This is a good one. Here's Tsunoda. You can see him coming through now. And Tsunoda's going to have it. And Tsunoda will be in the net lead of this race. Unless one of these drivers can hold on with the tyres. They're just in front of Nick De Vries. So he's going to be, I don't think, net P3. It'll be tight though. Definitely. Verstappen goes through the banking. I believe this is going towards the bus stop, not the tri-oval. I mean, both bankings are basically the same, so it's difficult to have any idea. But yep, actually no, it's going towards the tri-oval. I've got that one wrong. Map 44 now, 54. 11 laps to go here in Daytona. And Albon stays out. He's got Haas just in front of him. I believe that's Magnussen who's a lap down. That's not going to be Hulkenberg, is it? Here we go. Oh no, that's another battle for people that's lap down. It is Valtteri Bottas, who's actually shown quite good pace early on. Unfortunately, that man on his injury return finds himself a lap down after. I mean, this pit's saying if you get any sort of damage this stage into the race, you're going to be screwed, because basically pit lane's about a minute long, time-wise. You can see Bottas trying to ruin Lawson's race. I mean, they're really blue flags. They are kind of blue flags. They aren't as enforced as much as they used to be, though. You see Oscar Piastri. That Oscar Piastri or Lando Norris? It's Oscar Piastri, I believe. No, Lando Norris, sorry. You still see Verstappen. He's doing alright, is Verstappen. Going through the second corner of the oval towards the tri-oval, and he's staying out again. So Verstappen, it looks like he's got a very strong chance of finally winning a race this season. For his sake, I hope he does, because I don't know when the last time we saw the reigning world champion not win a race. Just trying to think, it could have been Vettel in 2014 actually. Yeah, it would have been Vettel in 2014. Of course, his teammate Ricardo won a few races then, but he didn't win a race that year. Actually, no, it would have been Rosberg in 2016, because Rosberg ended up retiring, so that completely went over my mind, that. But for Verstappen's sake, I do hope he wins this race. And if he wins here, and Lando Norris wins in Dubai, or vice versa, it'll be the first time in a long time that every single full-time driver has won a race this season. And by full-time, I mean people who've done every single race. I mean, Lando and Max would pull out of Dubai if they neither of them win. But, I mean, technically it won't count. Of course, Perez also hasn't won a race this season, but he got fired and then ended up retiring, so... I mean, that technically ruins that record if Ocon comes into the pits again, is that? I think so. Really not been a good race for Ocon, with engine issues and car issues in general. It's Albon staying out, Hulkenberg stays out. Actually, no, does he? Yes, he does. And there's Liam Lawson. Oscar Piastri a bit further back as well. I mean, it's the gaps we've seen. We haven't really seen races with that many gaps. Of course, the Chinese Grand Prix last week, Russell only just won the race. It was very close between him and whoever was in second place. I completely forgot about that, unfortunately, so I do apologise on that. Can we see Verstappen finally win a race this season? On lap 46 of 54. It's 9 laps to go. And as he goes through the bus stop chicane, he's got a Ferrari just behind him of Charles Leclerc a lap down the championship. So second place in the championship. George Russell, don't know where he is at the moment. 11th. So if he can get past Gasly, Verstappen's coming into the pits. Just saw that. Trying to see. Yeah, Verstappen's in. So any chance of Verstappen winning could be over. Albon also in. We're going to see Hulkenberg come in. No, we're not. So Hulkenberg will take over in the lead of the race for now. I'm not sure if he'll have to pit again. Lawson also staying out. Does Piastri stay out? Only time will tell, I guess. And Piastri is going to stay out as well. And Yuki Tsunoda could take it. No, it'll be Hulkenberg. But can Tsunoda stay in front? I want to go on that angle again that we saw earlier on. Here it is. There's Norris. There's one of the Aston Martins. I think Drogovic. They're both a lap down, so they don't really matter. And he's done it. Tsunoda and Hamilton are both well in front of Verstappen. Nick De Vries as well has got in front of him. So Verstappen's now down quite a few positions. So Tsunoda, he's just got Hulkenberg, Lawson and Piastri still to pit. And that's one of them can hold on their tyres a little bit longer. You can see Lawson the gap between them, these two earlier on wasn't actually that big, but there's two back markers separating them now as we see Hulkenberg go through the turn 2 on the oval. As Hulkenberg's coming in now, he can't hold on. He is going to pit one more time. Does Liam Lawson come in? He also comes in. So we'll see how they do. Let's see. Where is Yuki Tsunoda? There's Oscar Piastri going through. He will take the lead of the race. He stays out. The man who locked up going into turn 1 finally retakes the lead of this race. And is that Yuki Tsunoda? I think it is. Yes, it is. There's Yuki Tsunoda. He'll be miles in front of them. And Tsunoda will take the lead. Will take the net lead of this race from Hamilton. And these two are going to be miles away from it. Because they're not going to be in front of Verstappen or De Vries. Or even Alexander Albon. Where do they come out? Let's have a look. Behind Albon. Don't know who is actually behind Albon on track. It's going to be Pierre Gasly. And there's Russell. So where do they come out? Just in front of Lawson's in 11th. So he actually comes out not even in the points. And George Russell currently in 10th place. As it stands, he'll extend the championship lead by an extra point, so there'll be 2 points going into it in Dubai. With Oscar Piastri, who currently leads, you've got an Aston Martin in front of him, with Drogovic, who's a lap down. With 6 laps to go, can Piastri hold these tyres on to the end of the race? If he can win this race, it'll be a brilliant comeback drive, but I'm assuming he'll come into the pits again. Not too sure if we're going to see a move through. Yes, we are. Piastri with the slipstream. The all-important slipstream that he wants. Drogovic tries to get past him. There's Ocon into the pits yet again in this race. And he actually lets Drogovic pass, I think. I don't know why he's doing that. If I was him, I'd let him pass going through... going on to the tri-oval. Not the tri-oval, sorry, the oval. Because then he gets the slipstream, and he can actually not use the tyres as much. I'm assuming these soft tyres are on their last legs. And I'm sure he'll be pitting soon. He pitted the same lap, actually, I remember, as Lawson and Hulkenberg, and they've only just pitted, so... I mean, anything can happen here in F1. But can Piastri hold these tyres on a bit longer than everyone else? This would be brilliant if we can see Piastri win this race. I'm going to watch Tsunoda because I think here they are. Tsunoda v Hamilton. If Piastri does have to pit or he does have a blowout, we don't really want to blow out on a track like this. I mean, if it does, hopefully it's in the road course, one of the slower corners, not on the oval, but... Anyway, it looks like it could be Tsunoda v Hamilton for the race win. If Piastri does have to come into the pits. How are the two Red Bulls doing? Are they close to each other? They're not as close as these lot, to be honest. If we go through the tri-oval. We're going on to lap 50 now. Hamilton trying to reel in Yuki Tsunoda. I'm going to go for a lap while you watch this because I'm throat's getting a bit sore. in Daytona. But I'll be with you to the flag now. If you're on lap 51 or 54, we're almost done here now. Quarter past, no, is it? No. What's the time here? It's quarter past 9. There we go. That's so I was trying to find quarter past 9 currently in Daytona. Quarter past 2 UK time where I am. So yeah, I'm a bit tired. That's why I keep going. I have to eat food because I'm not used to being up this late. It is Hamilton, no. But I know there's a battle for the two Red Bulls. It's good through turn 1. The two Dutchmen. There's Verstappen going down the inside on De Vries. That's a good move from him. And we have seen, there we go, Verstappen in front of Nick De Vries. And onto the net podium. But to be fair, is it even a net podium? We'll go see what Piastri's doing in a second. Of course, we saw him lock up going into turn 1, taking Gasly with him. Basically ruined Gasly's chance at a championship. He never really, I mean, he did kind of get back up near the front, but Piastri with the comebacks, they will come back. I think he's pitted one less time than everyone else though. So can he hold on with these tyres for just a few more laps? Only time can tell. But I don't really see any of these lot catching back up to Tsunoda and Hamilton. Piastri now has just gone on to the penultimate lap of this race. Over the line, he's got 2 laps to go. Goes a bit wide there with the Alfa Romeo of Zhou Guanyu just behind him. He's now a lap down. He's actually going to let him go down the inside. I think doesn't really want to race anyone because that will slow him down quite a bit. The time between him and Tsunoda is going down very, very quickly. These tyres really not doing Piastri any favours. He's able to go on them for so much longer than everyone else. Obviously the tyre saving him. Piastri still in front. He goes through the bus stop for the penultimate time. And Oscar Piastri, if he stays out this lap, I don't know why he would pit, to be honest. But he is doing very well indeed. But there we go. Final lap now. It just started for Piastri. And someone told me that after seeing what Piastri went through just over an hour ago, we've got locking up going into turn 1, taking Pierre Gasly with him, he spun round, he then almost went to the back of Zhou Guanyu on the lap after that, almost hit the wall trying to avoid him. He's done brilliantly this race. And the man who's only won once this season, it was an on the line move, wasn't really on the line I guess, it was very close though, between him and George Russell and the German Grand Prix at the Lausitz Ring a few months ago. That was also on an oval, that also didn't have a rolling start, but it was the rolling start of the sprint is what I'm trying to say. Oscar Piastri, the rookie driver, he won the F2 World Championship in 2021, just beating Liam Lawson in the final race of the season. We saw Teo Porcher win the championship last weekend. Can we see Oscar Piastri win a championship in F1 one day maybe? The Australian's done brilliantly though today to do what he has done. And as he goes through the banking for one final time, he's just got the tri-oval to go now. Never give up that, oh goodness sake. Never back down, never what Oscar Piastri. Never give up Oscar Piastri. He's done it. He wins the Daytona 305. What a brilliant drive on these tyres. They're about 20 laps old. He's done the same amount of laps on soft as he has done hards. What a race for Piastri. He does donuts now in front of the crowd. It's a brilliant race for him. What a drive for Piastri. It's Yuki Tsunoda, it's Hamilton, no, Hamilton got Tsunoda on the final lap, and look how close Verstappen is to getting past Tsunoda as well. It's a brilliant battle there as Tsunoda just stays in front of Verstappen. Albon also, I don't know what happened to De Vries actually. He must have had to pit again, unfortunately. But it's Piastri doing the donuts in front of the crowd. Let's see him now. Even more donuts to do. And he went into the first person. Oh, don't come on down the track there. Goodness me. What's he doing? He's the first person since Pierre Gasly at the Australian Grand Prix to win from pole. Oh, goodness me. Oh, we've been hit by a Drogovic. Goodness me, that was a big hit. What happened there? Got a board there, get a replay of that. Oh, goodness me, that's poor from Piastri. If I'm being honest, Piastri could get a penalty for that. Piastri could get a penalty for that. Because that is very dangerous from Piastri, coming back on the track like that, damaging Drogovic's car. That is quite poor from him, to be honest. You know, we'll go through the results later, once we see them. Of course, here, Piastri will get to do some burnouts, so... We see people coming into the pits now and finishing. We don't know where Ocon's going, but... There's Piastri doing even more donuts now. In front of the crowd. In a brilliant race from Piastri. If you watch these donuts, let's go through your results. All 20 drivers finished for the first time this season. So very big surprise there for that happening. Ocon a few laps down though after this. I want to pit a lot of times due to issues. I'm surprised he didn't retire, save the engine to be honest. Drogovic in 19th, Norris, Bottas, Leclerc, poor race from him. Joe, Stroll, Russell is going to stay a point going into it now with the championship. If you see Norris, Piastri now doing burnouts on the start-finish straight. We've got De Vries, Magnussen, Sargent, Sainz, Lawson, Gasly, Hulkenberg, Albon, Verstappen, Tsunoda, Hamilton, and your winner for the second time this season is going to be Oscar Piastri. Of course, we saw Gasly and Stroll being eliminated from the championship battle now. So it's just between Stroll, Leclerc and Russell, 1 point in it between those two. As Piastri does some lawn mowing. Going into the pits. And into victory lane. And, oh, has Piastri been disqualified? Has he been disqualified? Piastri might have been disqualified. He said he's last. I don't know why it says that, but that could be a mistake. I'll make sure to see what happened there. He's now in his box. And no, okay, it's a mistake. It's a mistake. He hasn't been disqualified. It's just the timing things. Okay, so that's fine then. We'll be back next weekend for the rookie orientation test in Indianapolis. With these ones going out on a Sunday, it'll be the NASCAR and Indy drivers on the Saturday, and then we also have the Dubai Grand Prix in 2 weeks' time. That is the final race of the season. We'll see you then for that. Goodbye.